Alright, let's rank every single Mario Kart track from every game, because I've totally played every single Mario Kart game, and every single track, and didn't have to watch a YouTube video for like 3 of these, because I've never played them before. Yeah, so, essentially what I did here is I wanted to make a true ranking of every single Mario Kart track, and instead of allowing for my personal bias and nostalgia to get in the way, I created 3 criteria to try and make it more accurate, although it's still obviously not going to be accurate because it's still just coming from one person, but I tried my best to just get rid of any of my biases, and to do that, I made 3 criteria to rank every track by. First of all, how fun the track is. So essentially, if you're playing the track, how much fun you're having, how smooth it is to play, how annoying it is. That would obviously bring it down. If there's a lot of stupid stuff on it, that would bring the number down. And this is all out of 5, so the total number each track can score at the maximum is 15. And the lowest is 3 because I'm not doing zeros. The second one is design, and that has nothing to do with gameplay. That's just simply, if you look at the track, how visually appealing is it? So if it's a really ugly track, it's obviously going to get a low number, but if it's a really beautiful track, it'll get a high number. And lastly, the music, how catchy the music is. Obviously, if it's a boring song, or there's not much going on in the theme, it's going to get a lower number, but if it's really memorable and iconic and just a nice song, it'll get a higher number. So, let me just get right into it, because there's like 100 tracks or something to rank. And the way I'm doing this is I'm just going to go in chronological order first, and then once I've said what number every single track scored, I will read them off grouped by number, which will essentially create the rankings. So, starting with the SNES tracks, we've got Mario Circuit 1. For fun, I gave it a 1 because I was trying to kind of go with the original game's gameplay with this, not allowing any retro tracks to mess with the numbers. So this is if you're playing these tracks on the original game, for the most part. Fun is 1 because that game sucks, and also it's just not really an interesting track to play. It's very basic, there's not much going on, so it's not really that fun. Design, I gave it a 1, and this is unfortunately something every single SNES track suffers from for the most part, because they all have those stupid, ugly Lego blocks surrounding them for some reason. If those didn't exist, they would get higher numbers, because they would be actually pretty visually appealing. But they have these goofy, colorful eyesores on them, so it brings the numbers down quite a bit. Anyway, for music, Mario Circuit 1 gets a 5 out of 5 because that song is just about one of the greatest things to come out of the Mario Kart series. Donut Plains 1 gets a 2 for fun, a 2 for design, and a 3 for music. Not much to really say about it. I probably shouldn't drag along on each track too long since there is a lot to go through, so some of these I'll just get through quickly. Ghost Valley 1 gets a 1 for all 3 criteria because it's not fun, the design is extremely bland and dark, and there's nothing going on, and the music is barely even a song. It's just kind of white in the ways, if you ask me. SNES Bowser Castle 1 gets a 2 on everything. I personally think the Bowser Castles from SNES are kind of the only redeeming trait of the game, since it sucks. But the Bowser Castles are alright. This one, though, isn't the best. Mario Circuit 2 gets a 1, a 1, and a 5, which is the same as the other one. Choco Island 1 gets a 1 for fun, a 1 for design, and a 2 for the music. Ghost Valley 2, like the first one, gets just 3 1s because it sucks, and you can't change my mind about that. Donut Plains 2 gets a 1, and a 3, which is a downgrade from the previous one, but SNES Bowser Castle 2 also gets a 2 for everything. Mario Circuit 3 gets a 2 for fun, a 1 for design, and a 5 for music. That's kind of the only redeeming trait here. They've got good music, and therefore they're going to be the only ones that really score high for the SNES game. Koopa Beach 1 gets a 1 for fun, a 2 for design, and a 2 for music. If it didn't have the ugly eyesore Lego boxes all around, I would probably give it a higher score because a beach vibe is always nice, but not when there's colorful things scattered around that don't make any sense. Choco Island 2 gets a 2, a 1, and a 2. Vanilla Lake 1 gets a 1 for fun, a 1 for design, and a 2 for music. The Vanilla Lake tracks are just about the biggest disgrace to come out of this game. They're not even tracks, you're just crashing like every millisecond. SNES Bowser 3 actually is an upgrade. It's got a 3 for fun, a 3 for design, and a 2 for the music. Of course, a lot of these tracks share the same songs, so they're just going to share the same scores for the music. Mario Circuit 4, like most of the other ones, gets a 1, a 1, and a 5. Donut Plains 3 gets a 2, a 3, and a 3. Koopa Beach 2, which if you ask me might be one of the most horrendous tracks ever designed, gets a 1 for fun, obviously, a 2 for design, and a 2 for music. Ghost Valley 3, like the others, gets just 3 1s. Vanilla Lake 2 gets a 1, and a 2, rightfully because it sucks. SNES Rainbow Road gets a 2 for fun, a 3 for design, because instead of having out-of-place, ugly eyesore Lego boxes all over the place, it is the ugly eyesore Lego box, but because of that, it's not an eyesore anymore, because it actually looks like it makes sense, because now it's just a rainbow in space, and that looks cool. Anyway, moving on to 64, Luigi Raceway gets a 3 for fun, a 2 for design, and a 4 for music. Moo Moo Farm gets a 3 for fun, a 3 for design, and a 4 for music. Koopa Troopa Beach gets 3 3s. Calamari Desert gets a 2 for fun. Kind of an overrated track, there's really not that much to gawk at here. But it gets a 3 for design and a 3 for music. Because in this game there's not weird, ugly boxes surrounding the map, so they actually have a chance to look good and not ugly. Toad's Turnpike gets a 3, a 2, and a 3. Frappe Snowland gets a 2, a 3, and a 3. Choco Mountain gets 3 2s. Mario Raceway gets a 2, a 3, and a 4. Wario Stadium gets a 3, a 1, and a 4. Sherbeyland gets 3 3s. Royal Raceway gets a 3, a 3, and a 4. Bowser Castle from this game gets a 3, a 4, and a 1. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. Also, the music is just like ambiance, so it's not really going to get a high score from me. DK's Jungle Parkway gets a 3 for fun, a 4 for design, and a 2 for music. Yoshi Valley gets a 4 for fun, a 3 for design, and a 4 for music. If you ask me, it's probably the best track from that game. Banshee Boardwalk, which is easily the biggest disgrace to the Mario Kart series. Disgrace. Gets a 2, a 2, and a 1. Pretty much every ghost-based track that is just you driving on a piece of wood sucks. They always have bad music, you can't see anything, it's just bland and bleak, there's nothing interesting going on. 64 Rainbow Road gets a 3 for fun, a 4 for design, and a 4 for music. Peach Circuit gets a 2 for fun, a 3 for design, and a 4 for music. This is obviously the GBA tracks now. Shy Guy Beach gets a 3, and a 5. Riverside Park gets a 2, a 3, and a 2. And in this game, we now have the ugly rainbow boxes on some of the tracks again, so their design score is kind of screwed by that. Bowser Castle 1 from this game gets a 3, and a 4. These Bowser Castle tracks are definitely an upgrade from the SNES one, even though they are pretty similar. Mario Circuit from this game gets a 2, and a 5. Boo Lake, since it's just one of those really miserable ghost wooden plank tracks, that gets a 2, a 3, and a 1. Cheeseland gets a 2, and a 4. Yeah, it's alright in 8 Deluxe, but its original version, you can't defend it. I don't know how you could try to defend that. GBA Bowser Castle 2 gets a 3, a 4, and a 4. Luigi Circuit gets a 2, and a 4. Sky Garden gets a 3, a 4, and a 3. Cheap Cheap Island, which is personally my favorite track in the game, gets a 4, a 4, and a 5. Sunset Wilds gets a 3, and a 2. Snowland gets a 2, a 3, and a 3. Ribbon Road gets a 1, a 2, and a 3. Another track that was helped a lot by its retro course, but we're not talking about that. Yoshi Desert gets a 1, a 3, and a 2. GBA Bowser Castle 3 gets a 3, and a 4. Lakeside Park gets a 1, a 4, and a 2, because that is just a sinister track. They really hated you when they were designing that one. There's so much wrong with that track. Broken Pier gets a 2, a 3, and a 1. Bowser Castle 4 gets a 3, and a 4. And the Rainbow Road from this game gets a 2, a 4, and a 3. Just because it's Rainbow Road doesn't mean I'm going to give it brownie points. It does not deserve it. Moving on to the GameCube tracks, Bowser Castle gets a 4, a 4, and a 2. Rainbow Road gets a 4, and a 3. And I do want to say real quick, those two tracks are like the only two tracks in the entire series I've never personally played because they were never remade in any way. So I've never had a chance to, because that's the only game in the series I haven't played. Every other track from that game has been remade, except for Mushroom Bridge and Mario Coliseum, but I'll get to those. So I had to just watch a YouTube video and kind of assume some things, but oh well. Luigi Circuit from this game gets a 5, a 4, and a 5. I just love that track for some reason. Peach Beach gets a 3, a 3, and a 3. Baby Park gets a 2, and a 2. Dry Dry Desert gets a 3, and a 2. Mushroom City, which is one of the ones I haven't tried. I think I said Mushroom Bridge originally. I meant Mushroom City. It gets a 4, a 3, and a 4. Wario Coliseum gets a 4, a 2, and a 3. Mushroom Bridge gets a 4, and a 4. Mario Circuit gets a 3, and a 5. Daisy Cruiser gets a 3, a 4, and a 3. Waluigi Stadium gets a 4, a 2, and a 3. The Sherbet Land from this game gets 2, 3, and 3. Yoshi Circuit gets a 4, a 5, and a 5. DK Mountain gets a 4, a 5, and a 3. Dino Jungle gets a 4, a 5, and a 3. And that's the GameCube tracks. Now we're moving on to DS. Figure 8 Circuit gets a 3, and a 4. Yoshi Falls gets a 2, a 4, and a 2. Cheap Cheap Beach gets a 5, and a 3. Luigi's Mansion gets a 4, and a 3. Desert Hills gets a 3, and 2. Delfino Square gets a 1. That does not say 1. A 4, and a 4. Waluigi Pinball rightfully gets a 5, and 5. Yeah, definitely not biased. It's a great track. Yeah. Shroom Ridge gets a 3, 4, and 3. DK Pass gets a 4, and 3. Tick-Tock Clock gets a 3, 2, 1. Kind of overrated if you ask me, but I'll try and stay away from the hot takes. Mario Circuit gets a 3, 4. Airship Fortress gets a 4, 5, and 4. Wario Stadium gets a 2. I read that wrong. Wow. 3, 2, and 5. Peach Gardens gets a 4, 5, and 3. Bowser Castle gets a 5, 4, and 3. Probably my favorite track of all time, but it didn't get a max score because, again, I was trying to not let my biases get in. Rainbow Road gets a 3, 4, and 4. And that's the DS tracks. So now we're moving on to Wii. Luigi Circuit gets a 3, a 3, and a 3. Moo Moo Meadows gets a 2, a 3, and a 2. I personally don't understand the hype for that one. Mario Kart Wii is probably the biggest game as far as getting affected by bias for nostalgia from people goes. I personally don't have that nostalgia because I didn't grow up with it because I never had it as a kid. I got it recently, so I don't really have much of that nostalgia for it. Anyway, Mushroom Gorge is a 4, a 4, and a 4. Toad's Factory is the same thing. Mario Circuit is 3 3s. I've got to turn my page here, give me a second. Next up is Coconut Mall. Yeah, I think that track is overrated, but oh well. Regardless of that, it gets a 3, a 4, and a 5. It does have good music, you can't deny that. DK Summit has a 4, a 4, and a 3. Wario's Gold Mine has a 3, and a 2. Daisy Circuit gets 3 3s. Koopa Cape gets a 5, and a 4. Maple Treeway has a 5, and a 3. Grumble Volcano gets a 4, a 3, and a 3. Dry Ruins has 3 3s. Moonview Highway has a 3, a 4, and a 4. Wii Bowser Castle has a 3, a 4, and a 2. And lastly... Okay, thanks. My cat just jumped onto the table and made a loud noise. Thanks, cat. Rainbow Road. I know it's a very popular track. I don't think it's the best one, though. I think 7's is better, but that's a whole other argument. It gets a 4, a 5, and a 4. So that was the Wii tracks, which just leaves the 7 tracks, the 8 tracks, the tour tracks, and the booster course tracks, and the DLC tracks from 8, all of those new ones. But this video is kind of long now, so I just realized I should probably split it into 2 so that this isn't like an hour long, because there's a lot to cover, and I still have to cover the entire overall rankings, organizing the tracks by number, which is also going to take a while. So I think for now, I'm going to put a stop on this and split this into 2 halves. This will be the first part. I was just covering some of the older games. But next week, actually not next week, well kind of next week, in a few days, I'm going to upload the second part to this. I guess I'm gonna try and maybe start uploading twice a week now. Also, I did a poll yesterday of whether or not I should end or continue the autocorrect series, and most people said I should take a break from it. So clearly people still want it, it's just that not immediately. So I'm gonna try and make some other video ideas before I go back to it, but when I do, I might have some good ideas for a few more videos, even though I've said it's over. So maybe it's not over. But for now, I'm doing this. And if you liked this, consider liking, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. And thanks for watching.